The Countess and her cronies disappeared into that building. That must be where she plans to examine the map. What a coincidence. That's my plan as well. Posters and flyers plastered on several layers deep. This camera ad's coming loose. I've pulled it down. A camera ad. What's that? There's something shiny under that grate. I love shiny things. It's only about 8 inches down, but I can't fit my hand through. The grate won't budge, and I can't fit my hand through. The Nazis disappeared into this museum. Red ropes over the entrance. Not a good start.
Can I help you?
Yes, if you could just tell me how to get into the museum.
Sorry, the exhibit's closed earlier than usual today.
Why is the museum closed today? I've traveled a long way just to see the exhibits.
Well, during the Olympic Games, sometimes the regular schedule gets a little out of whack, you know? There's a reception for today's gold medalists in the upper exhibition halls later tonight. Which is going to mean unpaid overtime for me, of course. Anyway, that's why we closed early.
How very frustrating.
Not much of a sports fan?
I'm mainly here for the museum, but the games have certainly proved a happy coincidence.
I'm hoping I'll get to see some of my idols in the flesh tonight, depending on who takes the gold medals.
What do they actually exhibit here?
The main exhibit is on Tibet. You see that animal by the door? It's some sort of enormous mountain sheep that lives in the Himalayas, but I've forgotten the name. Begins with a P or an M.
It's an argali.
Are you sure?
Pretty sure.
In any case, there are all kinds of rare Tibetan artifacts on display in the upper halls. Do you think you could give me a hand and set this carton down for me? Thanks.
You keep talking about the upper halls. Are there others?
Well, yes, the lower halls. But they've been closed to visitors for over a year.
Why's that?
I couldn't tell you.
And is there a reason you couldn't tell me?
Easy. I don't know. I'm not sure I want to either.
Well, now you've gone and got my attention.
Curiosity can be very bad for your health, you know. All I know is that for some time no one has been allowed into the basement of the museum, and the lower exhibition halls were closed to prevent any visitors from accidentally wandering down there. Can we leave it now?
Sure. Which events are happening tonight?
For my money, the decathlon has got to be the highlight, but there's also rowing and horseback riding. Hold on, I have an event schedule in my newspaper. I don't need it anymore, you can have it.
Oh, thanks very much. You know that reception tonight? How exactly do I get into it?
Oh, just go out and get yourself a gold medal. No problem. No, seriously, aside from the medal winners and their trainers, you basically need to be a German politician. People like us are out in the cold, I'm afraid.
We'll see about that.
Not much I can do then, I suppose. I wonder if I can find another way to get into tonight's reception.
As I said, only gold medal winners, their trainers, and a handful of special guests are permitted in the museum tonight. Believe me.
All right then. Would you mind if I took a look around your very exciting foyer for a while?
No problem. As long as you don't get in the way.
Promise.
Let's see which contests are scheduled for today. The final event in the decathlon is happening shortly. In the run-up to the long jump, the man in the lead is... No, this can't be right. Glenn Parker of the United Kingdom? There's even a photo. No doubt about it. That's the same Glenn Parker who went to Sandhurst with Richard and me. Even back then, he was a top-class athlete. Fantastic! This is my chance to get into the museum reception. I'll just ask Glenn to smuggle me in. Maybe he can pass me off as his trainer. I should head straight to the stadium. He must be getting warmed up. He's dusting the painting on the wall. My inventory of the box has produced leftover cleaning supplies and building materials. I'll ask first.
Please don't ask me why, but can I have some of the stuff in this box?
You're asking me if you can just take my stuff for no reason whatsoever? I thought the British were supposed to be polite. Well, as it happens, that box is full of crap, so go right ahead.
An old marigold. Sandpaper. The box office is closed. The only interesting things about this door are its large, round handles. And even they're struggling to get my heart racing. So, we meet again, Argali. Are you taunting me? Is that it? Following me around and popping up at my lowest moments? Bad, Argali. Bad. I don't remember the last one having such a luxurious beard. A large doorknob. It must have been red once, but the paint's worn away. I'll leave the door open so I don't get in trouble. It's seen better days. The red paint's been chipped off the handles. A rubbish bin. Let's see if I can find anything useful. Oh, the lid came off. I'll just pocket that, I think. Jackpot. There's all sorts of valuable rubbish in here. A rusty rubbish bin lid. A dried bouquet of flowers wrapped with florist wire. I'll unwrap the wire. A broken bottleneck. Hardly the gentleman's choice of armament, but that's never been an issue before. A piece of florist wire. Strong, flexible, just like me. Dried flowers. Okay, let's find Glenn. He's probably in the locker room.
I'm afraid this is the locker room, friend. You probably shouldn't be in here.
Glenn, it's me, Fenton. Fenton Paddock.
Fenton? Nice beard. What are you doing here?
I'm here saving the world. It's not a real beard. But look, I heard you were top billing for the decathlon. I need to talk to you.
How did you even get in here?
That's a rather adventurous story.
And I figured I'd find you here. Not that it was easy getting in.
Hello.
Hello.
Is this the press entrance?
Yes, it is. May I see your credentials, please?
Credentials?
The only people permitted access are the athletes, their trainers, official IOC employees, and press photographers. Do any of those apply to you?
Sure. Why not? I'm actually with the press.
Then show me your press pass.
Would you believe I've temporarily misplaced it?
Not really. If you've really lost your pass, go to the IOC accreditation office and claim a new one.
But the events are about to start. I can't miss them.
Then you'd better hurry. The IOC office is located at Pariser Platz.
Okay. I'll be back.
And don't forget your camera. Only photographers are allowed to enter the contest area. Journalists should go to the main gate.
Got it. Thanks.
Well, I guess I'm heading to the IOC office at Pariser Platz to get myself a press pass. The most important thing is not to win, but to take part. Apart from today, of course, where the fate of the entire world rests on Glenn getting the gold. He's guarding the entrance. Only athletes, trainers, and photographers allowed. According to the label, these bottles contain helium.
I definitely think these contain helium, you know. I definitely think these contain helium, you know.
I guess the organ grinder is hoping that generous passers-by will drop some change in his hat. But the hat is still empty. Even if I had any money, it's not as if he's actually done much to earn it. A barrel organ. Scruffy, but lovable. In a German kind of way.
Excuse me, may I interrupt for a moment?
Oh, hello. Do I really look all that busy?
Well, now that you mention it, no. Is your whatever that thing is broken?
No, I just don't feel like playing.
Why not?
An artist needs an audience, attention, applause, and of course, earning a few pennies doesn't hurt either.
Well, I can listen, but I'm afraid I'm completely broke.
That's all right.
The potential audience in this part of the stadium is pretty limited. Why exactly did you pick this location?
Unfortunately, it was assigned to me. We have the odd athlete and journalist pass by, but it's been a slow pitch. I wanted to set up over at the main entrance, but I wasn't allowed.
Oh, I see. Well, I'm going to go have a look around the city.
Have fun.
Ah, Pariser Platz. And that seems to be the IOC office. Oh, good. It's closed. Hello? Anyone home? Damn it. Now what am I supposed to do?
Excuse me?
Yes?
Well, I'm sorry, but it was hard to miss hearing you vent your frustration at the accreditation office. Could you be both a fellow journalist and a fellow countryman?
What gave you that idea?
Only a true Brit would curse like that. I'm from the island too, and who else but a journalist would need to get into the IOC office? It's been closed since 4 p.m., by the way.
Ah,
My name is Edison, Baltus Edison. I work for the Tribune in London.
Edison. Like the famous inventor.
Yes, quite. You're the first person ever to notice that, in fact.
Really? Because I would have thought quite a lot of people would have... Oh, you're joking. My name's Paddock. I'm a foreign affairs correspondent in Hong Kong.
Ah, how lovely. My work has never taken me to our crown colonies, but I'm sure things are much more interesting there than here at the Olympic Games, eh?
How do you mean?
To be honest, I hate sports. I write for the arts and entertainment section, actually. But our editor-in-chief sent all available reporters here to cover the games, so we'd have an exclusive report on every event, including the dull ones. And what are you writing about?
I'm a freelancer. I'm looking for stories off the beaten track, away from the big events.
Lucky you. I'd love to trade places. You know, I'm working on a big story back home. I'm nearly ready to expose the romantic escapades of a certain member of the royal family. My research is nearly complete. If I could get back and finish, I'd have enough material to drop this bombshell on the public. But instead, I'm here, squandering my precious time on stories about Olympic handball.
Yeah, excuse me, gentlemen. Mr. Edison, there's a call for you from London.
Probably my department head, wanting to know what's holding up my article on yesterday's events. Best not to tell him it was a bottle of scotch, eh? Please relay the following message, word for word. Mr. Edison is currently indisposed and will personally report to the editor-in-chief. He would appreciate it if everyone else would leave him in peace.
I will pass your message along, sir.
Thank you. I won't last much longer in this job, I tell you, but I've bored you quite enough.
Not at all. Actually, I have one more question about the IOC.
Yes?
Any chance of it opening again today?
What do you think?
Not a chance in hell. Well, look, I've got to get going. I'm sure you'd like to read your paper in peace.
Not really. Our valued colleagues rarely have anything amusing to print. In any event, I enjoyed chatting with you.
Likewise. Perhaps I'll see you later.
Bortus Edison, an English journalist. He's a sports journalist who hates sports. Edison's jacket. He left his glasses and his press pass in the breast pocket. I could really use that press pass in his jacket. It'd get me into the stadium to see Glenn. I guess I should ask him first. The Brandenburg Gate. It's Berlin's Big Ben. The future does not bode well for that child's teeth. Or figure. He's sucking on a huge lollipop. What do we have here?
Oh, what's the matter, sweetheart? Don't cry. You know how it troubles Mummy's nerves. Mummy just wants to enjoy a bite to eat in peace. She gets very cross when she's hungry.
Either I look a fright today, or that kid is just jumpy. The poor thing nearly spat out his lolly. Good thing he didn't. I'd rather not get into trouble with a mother of that stature. Hey, it's a life choice. She just likes food. I could teach her a thing or two about proper nutrition, but I doubt she'd be interested. Who spilled the ketchup? Come on, own up. My mother taught me not to eat with my fingers. A clean napkin. This napkin is mine. All mine. The office of the International Olympic Committee, or IOC for short. It's already closed. Ridiculous, I know. A telephone booth. I haven't got any German coins. Come to think of it, I haven't got any money at all. A bus stop sign. I can't remove it. A tourist snapping the Brandenburg Gate.
Careful! Do not touch my camera!
Don't worry. I had no intention of touching anything.
I spent a great many hours painstakingly setting up that camera, and it would be a catastrophe if you were to move it by so much as a hair.
Please forgive my curiosity. Allow me to introduce myself. Fenton Paddock,
A pleasure. Count Otto von Droste-Schattenburg.
A count with a camera, eh? Wouldn't, say, an adding machine be a more appropriate device?
Please. I would be much obliged if you would not trivialize our conversation with such banal wordplay. I am a renowned photographer from Vienna. Have you never heard of me?
To be honest, no, I haven't. But maybe that's because I live in Hong Kong.
My work has also been exhibited in Hong Kong, sir.
Oh. Oh! That Count Otto van Dross Schattenberger. What are you taking pictures of?
I'm shooting images for my latest photographic series, Berlin and the Olympic Games. This work will be subtitled The Forgotten Landmarks. I intend to capture locations that are not currently the main focus of public interest.
I see.
Unfortunately, artistic freedom is becoming a thing of the past in Berlin. Photography is often banned in public squares or even in entire districts. This does not make my work any easier.
What's the deal with these photography bans?
Oh, political reasons. The government officials here believe there are certain parts of the city that may be unrepresentative of the capital's overall charm.
But the Brandenburg Gate's okay, right?
That's correct. The gate is to be the central focus of my latest project. A photography ban here would mean all my months of preparation were for naught. Several galleries have already booked the exhibit in advance. No, a ban here would be absolutely outrageous. But then, the Count von Droste-Schattenburg isn't just anybody. Even here I have friends in high places. Why, I would go straight to the magistrate and make my mind known.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to upset you. Your camera looks very professional.
Of course it does. It is the most advanced model available on the market today. It has a new setting that I use for experimental photography. I take multiple exposures of the same image at regular intervals. This allows me to capture different phases of my subject and depict them in a single photograph.
Ah, I see. So the position of the camera mustn't change at all while you're taking a picture, right?
I see that you know something about the fine art of photography.
Just an interested layman. I have to ask about the photography ban again.
Yes.
You said that if photography were banned here at Pariserplatz, you could have the city magistrate change that.
Well, I would certainly go directly to his office and bring the full weight of my influence to bear.
But what would happen to your camera and the photos you're taking? Perhaps a concerned passerby would offer to keep an eye on them until you got back.
But where would I find someone like that? I don't suppose...
Count, I would be more than happy to lend you a hand, should the unlikely circumstance arise, of course.